Pastor, this might be a barber chair that you're sitting in, but it's also a hot seat too. and so, based on what you just heard, and we just always need to, be straightforward with this. Talk about community's responsibility as well to be held accountable for what takes place in the community.
Oh yeah, I'm one of those. I'm just straight up honest. All that no snitching thing, I think that's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. How could I be more angry with you for telling on you, for telling on him for killing him than I was that he killed him? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But as it relates to communities and officers, I think if we see them more in a non-policing kind of environment, we have some officers that actually go to our church as well. But if you see them on maybe not arresting people or maybe not pulling them over, hey, we're just over here hanging out, and then they realize that officers are people too. You know what I mean? Just like pastors, people have a certain stigma about certain pastors and all this kind of stuff. But once they get an opportunity to experience you on a personal level, maybe not in your profession, and I think that the more that they're seen in public, go to the picnic, and you might not have to wear your full uniform, wear your police hat, so that at least know you're an officer.
So on that note, I'm sorry, Judge.
Can I mention just real quick, because the 9th Judicial Circuit, we have an awesome website, and we are offering courses. Once a year, we have this big major opportunity for people to come out and learn about the courts. I think our new Chief Judge, Judge Myers, is still going to continue that. And I think you sometimes need to learn from who really knows. Learn from the experts about law, from lawyers and from judges and from law enforcement people, which kind of goes back to don't get your teaching from any other source like social media or something like that. Try to frequent these types of events and hear from people who work within that. And I know sometimes you can be a little bit skeptical and say, well, you're going to tell us the good things that we want to know. Well, then you have people like Dr. Nelson over here. He's going to tell it like it is. He's from education. So he's going to tell it like it is, but at least try to make sure that you know the truth before running with something that you heard from somebody.
Right. And it's on both sides. I mean, that relates, it's like a marriage, it's on both sides. If someone, a black boy, a brown boy, a girl, only time they see law enforcement when they're coming in arresting folks, if that's the only time I see you, you're negative. You just arrested my uncle, my brother, my cousin. Now, rightfully so. It may have been that they did something wrong, but if that's the only time I see you. Now, flip that. If a black, brown boy shot in the middle of the day in the community, 30 people out there, police come, no one saw anything. That's not the popo, that's us.
Yeah.
So both folks being accountable. We need to hold them accountable. So when something go down, like a 6-year-old being arrested, damn right, I texted him. Hey, I know you're good people, you're excellent leaders, but that's a negative reflection.
Yeah.
Same thing in the community. Something happened in the community. Hey, I know y'all, I'm with y'all, but damn it, that's us. That's not him. So we have to be honest with each other that we all have to be held accountable in this process. If not, it is.
Go ahead.
And